We got ourselves, wait, actually, Atherman, why did we not see you in these duels today, huh? Why did he not see you in these duels, man? We got ourselves Try to Kite Me on team 1. On that team, we also got Silva, the Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Savithar as a rogue. Subtlety rogue going to be going up first, but it looks so insufferable on that team, as well as Belly versus team 2. We got ourselves Poxy as a Pala. We got ourselves Zamgoon. It looks like he's barely fitting into this mound though too. What a goon. We got Wim as a Frost Mage. We got Lamar as a enhancement shaman going up versus Savvy going in for a big old evasion. As Ghost was rolling in, that's also going to be a Cloak of Shadows. He's using everything against the shaman, huh? Lamar just had to wait until evasion is down, then he might be able to make some damage happen. The rogue can go for a bunch of resets. Lamar just charging at him, dude. It's a big old Chad rolling. Oh my god, he's just running so fast. Hope he's still hitting himself in the face with those massive axes too. Get a shot by the rogue. He's sitting about half his health. Lamar is looking pretty healthy though, but the burst out of the rogue is looking quite handy. Big wind. Oh, Cheat Death comes in. Oh, I was thinking the wind strikes would kill him, but the Cheat Death out of nowhere even hit him with the Chain Harvest. That would have been the end. But Savvy playing quite a savvy build against all these bursty classes. Well, he's not going to see that Cheat Death for 6 more minutes, so he better make it count against Lamar. He did use every offensive, or just about every defensive. Cloak of Shadows and Vanish is the only... No, Smoke Bomb and Vanish are the only things that haven't been used yet. Savvy, though, oh man, you're in a tough spot here, huh? Tough spot. Also, let's see, we got us as Wolf. It's the last guy. Ooh, almost actually got the rogue out without Crash Lightning, just kind of out of nowhere. Kidney shot onto Lamar. Savage trying to make the most damage happen. Cheap shot yet again. Still continued to make the damage happen. Actually, looks like he has him. Wait, actually, Savage came in with 100% crit setup and actually did the work. That is Shaman's for you, man. That is enhancement. They do have it a little bit rough. After that big crit opener, just put Lamar in the back foot. I think he had wall coming up and didn't have it available by the time he died. But it could be wrong. Wolf picking up the eyes immediately. He's not even wasting any time looking for the rogue, hitting him with a slow. The pets do get back pretty quickly to Wolf. Does go for either Master's Call, or he went in for a pet sack. Most like a pet sack, trying to reduce some of the damage from the rogue. Looks like they're going to be just going in all in. Hail Mary. Asari does go in for a restart. It looks like the pets are still on him. Does he drop a hunter's mark on the rogue? Looks like there is a hunter's mark. He probably should have cloaked and vanished in order to remove the hunter's mark. Otherwise, the pets are back on him. Savvy is not going to be able to get himself a reset. You can CC both pets, but you know, actually, maybe you could ship one pet kid to the other, catch some line of sight, get away from Wolf and the pets. But he's just not letting him go anywhere. Cloak of Shadows is available, but I think he still gets the damage going through. Get a shot at Wolf, and the pets do go in for the last final bite. And Wolf takes him out, with Silva going to be up next as a Shadow Priest. Playing as a troll Shadow Priest? He is. Is that the normal troll? I think he is the normal troll. I don't think he is Xander or none of that. But he's going to get the dots and the pets. And hopefully Wolf will have himself not the worst, because I think Wolf and the Shadow Priest dueled each other before. And actually, I think Wolf won that one, but Silva might be a whole nother Shadow Priest. Big PI damage coming out is going to get the mind games to the Wolf. Does go for a feign death for a second. Trying to make the pets do as much work as possible. Does catch the interrupt on Shadow. Could be maybe defensive of Sylvia. Does go for a freezing trap to disrupt him for a second. Void Eruption still going to come out. Silva still has every defensive available. Greater Fate coming out. No interrupt for Wolf for a second here. And Silva pushing in to get a big old DP onto Wolf. Is still sitting kind of half his health. Resonant Shot coming out. Could be potentially dispersed here. Does go for a Vamp Embrace. Actually get interrupted on Shadow. Kill Shot coming out. Could be really bad for Silva. Has to overlap the Vamp Embrace as well as disperse. Looking like he's actually going to charge at Wolf, as he's going for a bit of a mending bandage there, or first aid. And Silva just not in a great spot without a defensive. Needs to go for CC chains on the Wolf if he wants to make a play here. Trying to make as much damage as happen, but looks like Wolf takes him out. The Shadow Priest just cannot do much against the Hunter. That nice interrupt was exactly what he needed. Belly up next, goes in for a bit of a Blaze Storm. Wolf has to go for a Turtle Shell after taking the full damage from the Warrior. Belly is a bit of undergeared of a Warrior, though. He is at like 28,000 health, so you guys should be aware. Big old Rapture with a sword. Big old Rapture with a sword. It looks hilarious. The sword looks bigger and the sword looks so much smaller. Looks like a toy for a second. Belly, they're playing very, very defensively against all those pets. Getting quite free chops at him. But as long as he continues getting ignore pain, he'll be in a good spot. Wolf does get the line of sight to get the full damage to the belly. That's a lot of damage, lots of kill commands. Maybe next kid goes in for a parry, can parry the pets, but he will need to eventually get some damage to Wolf. Stormball coming out with a Warbreaker, trying to make as much damage happen here. Disengage comes out for Wolf. Gonna be a leap for belly, leaps a little bit to the side. Kill shot into the freezing trap. That was actually so good. Does he take it on the pod? I'd be surprised if he doesn't. There he goes. Unstoppable gonna be up next. This man versus Wolf, as Wolf so far has had himself quite a game for his team. So far, the only man that has even got to play. As he goes in for a bit of a camo. Hunter's Mark on Unstoppable. Might have to have him pick up the eye to find Wolf. Unstoppable versus Wolf. Is Shaman win against a Hunter? I feel like the Hunter just will not have the same survivability and sustainability as Unstoppable here. And Unstoppable does get himself big heals behind the pillar. As Wolf does need himself a lot of recovery. Feign death into a camo. Almost got the camo off. Looks like the pets did get dotted up. Was it both the pets getting dotted up? At least one of them. Because one of them is roaming together with Unstoppable. At least one of them got dotted up by the Elemental. Does not say the Lasso long. Did he actually outrange the Lasso with a knockback trap? I think he might have. With that explosive trap. Stun Unstoppable doesn't really get the most damage in. But next Resonant Arrow with Burst could be quite good for him either way. Still continued to kite. Bestial Wrath coming out. That's going to be his pet getting healed up. Stormkeeper available. Stun onto Wolf. Does interrupt him. Oh, on the Lava Burst. But the zaps go through either way. Long duel, but Wolf played it as well as he could there. Zamgoon going to be up next. Zamazam rolling up as a big old torrent. Kyrian, wings available and everything. He has wings on his shoulders, wings on his helm, wings on his back. And this is wings on his shoes and he'll be good. Big Seraphim, go for the holy damage setup while blinded. The blinding light does allow Zamgoon to do holy damage without breaking the blind. So he went in for the most holy damage possible without being physical damage or autos, but looks like Unstoppable was able to knock it back and at least deny a lot of the burst for the red pally for the time being. Trying to see if he can purge any kind of buffs from Zamgoon, hitting him with lava burst speedballs. And Zamgoon actually come back at him without any cooldowns at all. The lack of mobility for Paladin is really showing his face here. Does have the pony up, no hand of freedom for it. But Unstoppable should be a-okay. Lightning Lasso should allow him a lot of separation from the Paladin. Paladin might actually go for line of sight, maybe even go for self-heals, but maybe Word of Glory is all he needs. We're at the 10 minute of the duel, almost heading towards that 11 minute mark. 35% dampener is in play. And Zam goes in for a Hodge, trading the Trinket for Unstoppable. Unstoppable trying to get himself a setup. Stormkeeper, Primordial Bolt available. Bubble coming down for Zamgoon. He knows there's going to be a lot of bursts right there. Looks like Zam is not playing the Wall Legendary. Got a lot of you guys that started playing as Palas. Does Unstoppable still have the big setup? Primordial Bolt. Zap comes in. Zaps definitely go through. I don't know if Primordial Bolt Lava Burst was still present. Light Lasso to Zam. Looks like he does bubble and the Lego activates. I don't know if you guys were... You guys said that once you bubble, the Lego does not work, but looks like it did work there. Unless you meant like after the Lego activates, then you bubble and then it doesn't activate anymore. Or maybe it'll activate once. Interesting though. Zamgoon with the Shield of Vengeance. Still chilling for now. Unstoppable goes in, throwing in Primordial Bolt. Tank Legendary, it is. Big Lava Burst thrown in Zamgoon. He does throw in a hammer in there with the Bell Toll. Divine Toll. Lasso should take him out, I think. Man, the Paladin had himself a hell of a game. Had himself a really big burst to set up onto Unstoppable, but the knockback and the kites were just so good. Foxy is going to be up next versus Unstoppable. Foxy last time just got... I don't even know what happened, but somebody with Thorns just blasted him just out of the game completely. Hopefully I'll have it easier and a better run this time versus Unstoppable. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Going to be Unstoppable rotating into an Earth Elemental for defenses in case Boxy goes in for big damage as well. And Boxy got himself Hand of Freedom, walking Unstoppable, got himself Seraphim, grounding the Hodge into a Lightning Lasso. Boxy dropping in health quite quickly actually. Shield of Vengeance is up, but that's going to be a smaller Shield of Vengeance with 47% dampener. Trying to make a Lava Burst happen. Blind coming out, and Boxy goes in for big damage. We had a big freeze of frames. That was weird. Blinding light even blinded my frames there, dude. But looks like Insufferable taking him out. No bubble used by the Paladin. I guess the instant cast just went right through him. Wim is going to be up next playing that Frost, trying to see if he can make Frost work here. Yeah, I guess he decided to play Frost on a whim. Or maybe somebody decides to main Frost, actually. We don't see a lot of Frost mages ever anymore, especially in PvP. Or really in general. Lightning Lasso for Wim. Not much you can really do about it. Nova onto Insufferable trying to make a Ring of Frost happen. Looks like it actually goes against it. As Insufferable tries to go for an interrupt trick inside of the poly. Mirrors of Torment do come out. Insufferable, after 3 casts, you will root yourself and you'll silence yourself, doing damage to yourself every time you cast. And he's just all about casts anyway. Dropping out totems, I think, does count as a cast too. And Wim just got himself Ray of Frost. Big setup, but Insufferable actually has him in a bad spot. Silence and does take him out. Wim! Oh my goodness, the Frost Mage actually made a big play. Big old shatters coming out for trying to kite me, as long as he can get the flurries off with the big frostbolts in particular. Then he'll be in a really good spot. Nova for try. He does go for a Tiger's Lust. Ice Block coming out for Wim. Does not have the heal with Ice Block. The try is going to go for a bit of a self-heal. We're at 14%, 40 minutes into the duel. 55% dampener. Strike coming out for trying to kite me. Trying not to get kited. That's going to be a takeout for Wim, who did get himself a good kill on the on Shaman. Really well played. Really well done. Actually credible. Pretty good, boys. Pretty good. Looks like Raid Boss will need to be released during the duel. True. Or maybe he did.